You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 3rd, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome, good evening to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for Wednesday, April 3rd. If you would rise, repeat the pledge, remove your hats, put your hand over your heart. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will, would you call the roll, please?
Bill Freeze.
Here.
Tim Glidden.
Here.
Roscoe Hoffman. Here.
Have the meetings from have the minutes from the meeting of March 20th. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
No,
Will, did you make those notes?
Yes, I did make the changes in there.
Okay, thank you.
I'm wondering. That voice, I thought Will's voice went up a couple octaves.
Sorry, President.
Do we have a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Previous.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Do we have any project updates? No.
No.
Old business?
Nope.
We do have some table business that we need to activate by taking off the table of the bids for the awarding the contract for Water Tower Park renovation project.
I would move that we take off the table the bid and award contract for the Water Tower Park.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You have a packet for the to award this contract. Shannon, do you have comments?
I do. Just to remind the board, this project was bid out in September of last year. All the bids came in way over budget. So we value engineered the project, removed the zip line, moved a few items around, and rebid it on December 6th. And 3 bids were received. Holiday Construction Group was the lowest and most responsive bidder. So I would ask that the board accept their bid tonight. The reason that this has been delayed and not on your agenda is we just got formal approval of the additional funding from CDBG on March 22nd. So we are ready to get shovels in the ground as early as tomorrow because we're a little bit behind schedule with the funding. So the total amount of their bid is the base bid of $960,000. And I'd like to accept the alternate 2, which is a drinking fountain, in the amount of $8,600. And then the contract you have has been reviewed by Attorney Nuremberg as well as General Insurance, and it's in proper order for you to accept and sign tonight.
Do we have any questions from the board? Shannon, you said the alternative 2 drinking fountains?
Alternative number 2 in the bid was adding a drinking fountain.
On the big shift.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So the speed tables are not included then?
They are not.
Is it possible we talk to the street department about building a speed table?
It is, yes. It's possible for the city to put those in, but it did not fit within our budget.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other question? Any questions from the or comments from the public? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to accept the and award the contract for Water Tower Park to Holiday Construction Group?
I'll make a motion to accept the bid and award contract for the Water Tower Park renovation project.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We also have the Michigan City Local Hiring Agreement.
Yeah, the hiring agreement is required by ordinance for any construction contract of $150,000 or more. So this is again with Holiday Construction Group for the Water Tower Park project.
This, I didn't notice any change from the others, just an update for Holiday as far as the,
Well, every contractor that bids a city job, $150,000 or over, has to sign an additional agreement for local hiring.
yeah.
Yes. So this has been, I don't know, a good 10 years been required, I guess.
On your copy, I don't know if it's March 2024 instead of the 23. Any questions from the board? Comments or questions from the public? Same.
Mr. President, just real quickly, I didn't hear, did we remove all three of these items from the table?
Take it off the table again.
No, we just have a.
No, we didn't.
No, I thought no, that's right. We did not take this. So before we go any further, we have two items that left. To take off the table local hiring agreement.
I would move that we take off the table the local hiring agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right. All right, now we'll get to business at hand about the local hiring agreement. Comments or questions from the board? Any from the public? Since it's now off the table, do we have a motion to accept this local hiring agreement?
Question.
You have,
I'm sorry,
Right.
I got to you a little bit late. I just wanted to stress, this hiring ordinance has been discussion for a long, long time. It's, as Shannon said, it's probably been 10 years, thing has been in existence. And there's confusion every time we bring up the hiring ordinance where people talk about race and ethnicity in terms of the hiring ordinance. And, you know, we always have to go back and say, you know, this really just says that 50% of the total hourly rate is paid has to be for someone from the city. And just wanted to stress that because this comes up all the time that people are pressing this, you know, about race and so forth. And that's not what the hiring ordinance is all about. And just wanted to make that clear because that question comes up. I'm sure I'll get that question, even though I just said what I said.
That as well. These are union jobs and the contractor tries to obtain Michigan City workers from the union and they don't have enough to supply for the job, they can get a waiver from the city, as long as they make the attempt to fill those positions with Michigan City residents.
any other? Thank you, Brian. Any comments from the public? Have a motion then to accept this local hiring agreement with Holiday Construction Group.
I'll make a motion to accept the hiring agreement for Holiday Construction for Water Tower Park renovation project.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And our third point of tabling to take off would be park rules and regulations.
I would move that we take the park rules and regulations off the table.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So I updated the rules to address Mr. Glidden's comments at the last meeting regarding dogs on park property. So I have added the words, the rule is no pets allowed, service animals are permitted. However, dogs are allowed only at the following properties: Bismarck Hill, Canada Park, Krieger Memorial Park, Millennium Plaza, Ruby Woods, Singing Sands, and Winding Creek Cove. Under item 8, where it said charcoal grills are permitted in lawn areas only. We also put added wood fire grills. A lot of people are going to that for flavor, I guess. And then we added number 14, fireworks are strictly prohibited, which they are prohibited by law anyway, but I'd like to highlight that on our signs.
Thank you. Questions? Questions or comments from the public? Thank you for that clarification, Shannon. Do we have a motion then to accept the park rules and regulations as printed?
I would move that we accept the park rules and regulations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And now we move into new business, and item A is citizens' concern for the homeless mobile food event. And
Yeah, so this is a request to hold a mobile food drive in Fetters Alley on Wednesday, April 24th from 8 to noon. There's a map attached. So people would simply head east down Fetters Drive. They'll have a few collection stations set up. You don't even need to get out of your car, just stop and donate your food. I think this is a great program. We're definitely not busy in Fetters Alley this time of year, so that's a great location, and I would recommend approval by the board.
yes, it seems to be good, well organized. They have the map showing their location. And yeah, I agree with your assessment. Fetters Alley isn't real busy in April 24th. Any comments?
I did have a question on the part there where it says, so what is your plan for the restroom facilities? Their response was that it had been locked in past events. I'm assuming they're meaning that they would like to use the restroom facilities that we have there, or?
Actually, they don't need restroom facilities. I think they were just noting that we didn't use them before because they're locked this time of year. They're not
Okay.
open yet, but because it's a drive-through.
Exactly, yeah,
Down there for any.
yeah. Okay.
Any other questions? Comments from the public? Seeing none, do we have a motion then to accept the citizens' concern for homeless mobile food event?
I'd make a motion to accept the citizens concern for the homeless mobile food event.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item B is the 2024 NSA PBA Memorandum of Understanding. And
This was approved earlier in the year by the park board for this season. However, after reviewing the insurance requirements and the insurance that was submitted, NSA BPA is not able to get the umbrella insurance that our insurance company suggested. So our insurance company agreed because their occurrence limits are higher than we normally need, that they would waive the umbrella this year, but they wanted the MOU to reflect that. They also wanted NSA and BPA to know that next year they are not going to waive that the requirements or reduce the requirements, so that gives them a year to work on that. So this just reflects what general insurance has approved and what they've submitted already for the 2024 season.
yeah, we've had a nice working agreement with this group, the NSA and the BPA. I hope something develops by next year, and appreciate the fact they waived this because they do a nice job out there at Patriot Park, bringing a lot of people into town. And obviously with that, they bring in a lot of revenue, and it's well run. Any other comments at this time?
Those are.
Comments from the public? Thank you for that clarification, Shannon. Do we have a motion then to accept the 2024 NSA PBA Memorandum of Understanding?
I'll make a motion to accept the 2024 NSA BPA MOU.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item C is the 2024 IDEM Beach Act grant for water quality testing notification. And in the past, I know, just to give an attaboy to Shannon. She's really has taken care of this, and people in Michigan City and surrounding areas who use our beaches are well notified if there's a problem with the quality of water. Shannon, you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
talk about this?
Our standard agreement, I believe this is our 13th year. The grant amount this year is $26,460. That allows us to take water samples daily, beginning the week before Memorial Day, running through Labor Day. The sanitary district is our contractor, so their labs run all of the results, get them back to us. And then our responsibility is to post those results on our hotline, on our website, and also on signage down at the beach. Again, nothing in this grant agreement is negotiable, which I say every year. So I would recommend that you approve it as submitted.
Shannon, I don't know if people are aware, where all do you take these samples?
There are 3 testing sites in Washington Park along the beach that are done 7 days a week. There are 3 testing sites done at Stop 1 California Ave, and then 1 testing stop or site at Stop 7 at Beach Walk.
Thank you.
Hello.
Any other questions? Comments? Questions or comments from the public? Do we have a motion then to accept the 2024 IDEM Beach Act grant for water quality testing?
So moved, Mr. President.
I shall second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Sorry, sir.
And we have something that would be of interest to a lot of people. Pickleball addition to Krieger and Barker schools.
Yeah. Pickleball, I went last Wednesday and talked at the school board meeting, and they approved adding the lines to the tennis courts at Krieger. Also gonna get the temporary lines to put at Barker, to kind of fill out the noise issue with pickleball over there to see if it works out or not. But also to have a couple nets here in storage for when we have pickleball leagues and stuff in the summertime. We won't leave them all out at Krieger for everybody to use and possibly mess up, but we'll keep a couple here that we can take out for leagues and stuff as well.
You were talking about the noise at Barker. What were you looking at putting up for noise at Barker?
We're going to put we're going to get a storage bench to put at Barker that will have pickleball equipment inside the storage bench, and they'll have the temporary lines. You know what I'm talking about? And we'll use the temporary lines at Barker for now until we can gauge how the community reacts to the noise.
That's why it's
pickleball.
temporary.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was gonna ask about the equipment and where we're gonna store it, but certainly aren't gonna leave it out.
So that the initial plan at Krieger is to leave a net out there and pickleball paddles out there inside of a storage bin.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So I think it might be a little bit more safe at Krieger because it's out away, kind of out there by itself. Like who goes over there and plays tennis anyway? But it's a trial.
How will they have access to the chest or box?
It'll just be able to open. It won't be locked.
Oh, it won't be locked.
It won't be locked.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we leave tenants we leave nets out in the summertime. Hopefully, people won't mess with it.
Yeah.
I know we're looking, and you're talking about Krieger and Barker, but just an added question: have we thought about anything on the the Parker Parkway at Washington Park? That little open area. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
But so you're coming into Washington Park, make that right
Yeah.
just before you're coming up to that turn toward Senior Center. That open area right there. Is there a thought about using there's and I'm just asking a question. I'm not trying to start anything
No, we can definitely look into that for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that space right now.
because it's an open space, and that would be. But
Yeah, for
when it
sure.
comes to noise, that's
I know it's a couple other projects that's being talked about going on in that same area, but temporary use. I think that'd be a great place to put
Okay.
that thing, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, a few years ago, Earl Cunningham and I looked at those spots, and as a matter of fact, he had a group of individuals together to go ahead and tape it off, and they had some nets, and we're going to play. And after looking at it and researching it, one of the problems was the sand blowing on the courts.
Okay.
And so it kind of just, we didn't second it. We stopped right there.
Okay.
Any other comments? I do know it's very popular. So,
What, the sand?
the sand.
Okay.
Both.
Pickleball courts, pickleball itself.
Yes.
All right, if we don't have any other questions, do we have a motion to follow through with the pickleball courts with the school system?
I would move that we approve the pickleball addition to Krieger and Barker.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Shannon, superintendent report.
Pat Bolts and I attended a pre-construction meeting for the city's paving projects, this summer. So I just wanted to let the board and the public know that there will be sidewalk replacement along Lake Shore Drive between the monument heading east towards Center Street. It's approximately a 3-week project, depending on the weather, and it's not the entire sidewalk, so it's just sections, that will be replaced as needed. They were expecting to start that this week, but because of the bad weather, I'm guessing it'll probably be like Monday before they start. Reeve Riley will also be, building and repaving Lake Shore Drive again for the monument at the bridge headed east to Center Street. They're going to try to get that done in 2 days on April 29th and April 30th. There will be flaggers out there and traffic control, so people will still be able to enter and exit the park. So I'll keep you posted on that. I want to remind everyone the mayor's State of the City address is on Wednesday, April 10th at 10 a.m. at the Holdcraft Performing Arts Center, which is the old Elston Junior High School where the YMCA is housed now. Also, the mayor's hosting her inaugural charitable gala on April 19th at Blue Chip. I just spoke with her assistant about an hour ago. Very few tickets left. So if you want tickets, Monday is the last day you can buy them, but if you really want them, I would say tomorrow because I think they'll be sold out by end of the day. And then yesterday, Will and I were invited by Mr. Freeze to attend the Exchange Club meeting and speak. So we appreciate the opportunity. We shared a lot of the larger projects we have going on right now. And then Will updated them on all the new programs that he's put into place in a short time, 12 weeks. So we had a lot of good questions and feedback, so we appreciate the invitation. Thank you. As far as the zoo, so the zoo opened early on March 30th and 31st, just as an experiment to see if they would get some Easter traffic and kind of tie in with the city's Easter egg hunt that was held on Saturday. So they did have 308 visitors and did a little over $3,300 in revenue. So I think it was definitely worth being open, even though the weather didn't look very nice in the morning. It turned out to be a beautiful day. The maintenance department, sands cleanup, which is kind of year round anymore. But they've been working on cleaning up Washington Park, removing the berms that are out on the beach. They do have a rented dozer and a loader out there, so they're trying to get it done as quickly as possible and to get the most work out of that rental. They're also turning on water, repairing buildings, putting the trash barrels, picnic tables, charcoal receptacles out into the parks. And they're also replacing all the swings in the parks this year, so they're working on that. And they're already working on cleaning out and mulching all of our flower beds in the park system. Regarding the golf course, the remodel project looks great. It should be done around April 15th. So I haven't seen the carpet yet. I think they're going to start installing that tomorrow. But just the paint itself and taking that old counter out of the center and opening the room up. Just a world of difference out there. So nice job, Marty. Looks great. And then lastly, we were awarded some capital money to do some of the cart paths and the parking lot around the South Pro Shop. So work on that will begin fairly shortly. Green Superintendent Michael Moore is going through the list of all the paths to see what the priorities are for the project. Pathwise, we're not going to get a lot done with the amount of money we have. But at least we'll have a good prioritized list moving forward when we start going into the 2025 budget cycle to be able to present that and say, you know, this is how much we need. And these are our top priorities. A lot of them, in my opinion, are extremely dangerous and need to be addressed. So Michael will be working on that, and hopefully within the next 2 weeks, that project will start. And I'm happy that there is no vandalism to report tonight.
Thank you.
Well,
Will, you have any information?
Yes, the youth league, youth baseball league signups end on Monday. So even though our T-ball is full to capacity, we are still accepting all the rest of the leagues. And we are looking for T-ball coaches. If anybody's interested, please contact me. Free basketball clinics every Sunday at Michigan City High School for first grade through eighth graders. You can find the schedule on when the grades can show up for their segment on the Park and Rec's Facebook page. City Kids Day Camp signups are still ongoing. Starting to get a nice influx of people signing up. So go sign up for that on Jarvis. And we're getting pickleball courts.
that was your first assignment.
That was my first assignment. It took too long, but yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
What days do the T-ball little kids play?
I think they play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it will be at Nelson and Trail Creek. Gardena will be used for practices. So both fields will be getting used, and we won't be using Cogden, but we will be using Nelson.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions or comments for Will? Any from the public? All right, thank you. Get into our reports now. Planning Commission Liaison Report, Mr. Hoffman.
Yes, sir. There wasn't excuse me. The Planning Commission met on the 26th Tuesday, and there was an approval of a rezoning on the Highway 20 to be able to bring a car lot directly across from the current Kia dealership. The petition was passed to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. That is all.
Port Authority, they were to have a meeting the first, but it was canceled for a couple of their people could not make it. And next one is the 8th. I won't make that because I'm going to be out of town, but I'll get information that could be pertinent to us, or usually Jim contacts Shannon if there's something of importance. So I don't have a report either. Mr. Glidden, zoological?
The Zoological Society hasn't met since our last meeting. I think their next meeting is next Tuesday.
Okay. Laura, do we have an attorney's report?
Good evening. No, I have nothing to report this week, but thank you.
Department of Finance, Mr. Glidden.
We have the claims docket for April 3rd, 2024. Municipal, $47,625.21. And that is the total claims, $47,625.21. I would move that we accept these claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The payroll, number 6, 2024, pay date 3/22/24, total payroll $77,390.47. And I would move that we accept the payroll.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have gifts and donations from General Insurance. Donation for youth baseball team sponsorship, $350. Bubbles Ice Cream Parlor donation, Youth Baseball League sponsorship, $350. Unknown Zoo donation, online animal sponsors, $130. Tacos 20 donation, Youth Baseball League team sponsorship, $350. Sheila Carlisle Zoo donation, memorial bench, $1,500. Janet Woodkey, zoo donation, animal artwork, $300. And I would move that we accept these generous gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have the following credit card charges totaling $7,247.96 were paid to corporate payment systems for the following: EpicSports.com administrative staff shirt refund, $13.54. That'd be a credit. AEDSuperstore.com recreation sales tax refund, a credit of $220.21. Amazon.com administrative cardboard roll file storage, $839.85. Websterant.com zoo cleaning supplies and mirror, $5,204.87. Mystery Murder Company recreation deposit for the murder dinner, $1,099.50. Dogwastedeposit.com maintenance for dog waste bags, $149.99. MySafetySign.com administrative park hour signage, $187.50. I would move that we accept these credit card charges.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all we have.
Yes, sir.
Any comments from the public at this time? Comments from the board. Brian, we'll start with you. Do you have any comments?
Yes, I want to say that I'm happy to see that Water Tower Park is moving forward. Shannon, I couldn't recall how many summers back was that we were out there getting public input when we were sitting out there on the benches.
3 years that we've been working on.
3 years. So this has been a long time coming.
I consider it a $1 million project,
Mhm.
completely grant funded, so worth the wait.
Yeah. So this is a good thing that's going to happen over there at Water Tower Park. I call that my home court. That's where I grew up playing ball at. So I'm happy to see what's going on at Water Tower Park. And want to give a shout out to Will and bringing up some of these new programs that are coming online. This is going to be some good things going on that you're addressing here in the city. And I have to address something that Shannon said that almost broke my heart. She's talking about the mayor is going to do her state of the city address, and she called the location Elston Junior High. So as an Elston graduate, a former Red Devil,
Double damn me.
you blew it.
Well, let's call it what it is, the YMCA.
And the side of it was the junior high.
See, Will, you didn't have to say that. That is Elston Senior High School, no matter what happens over there. So that's petty on my part. Of course, it's super petty, but I had to bring that up. Yes, your apology is accepted. Thank you.
Pettiness accepted.
He said pettiness accepted.
Vasco, do you have any comments?
No, I was just gonna say I'm really excited for the pickleball courts. That's something I think, again, I said before, seeing it around in other communities and knowing that we're gonna have it in our own community is so wonderful. I think it's good, and again, I was gonna say the same thing about the Water Tower Park, playing ball there too, knowing that it's gonna expand and having something new that's gonna be really nice.
Tim?
No, thank you.
Yeah, come a long way. I can remember when my boys were growing up playing little league ball out at the park. And I know the pickleball court, once that gets announced, is going to make a lot of people happy in Michigan City. It's amazing how that sport has just picked up. I don't know how the orthopedic surgeons are doing with knees and hips for the older generation, but they certainly are getting out and getting some exercise. It's good. Any other further comments? If there aren't any other comments, we have a motion to adjourn. Our next meeting is Wednesday, April 17th, 5:00 right here.
I would move we adjourn.
Agreed.
Out of here.
Those